Good morning and welcome to the Forex Market Wrap, brought to you by Pepperstone on Tuesday the 10th of October 2017, and I'm Darren Sinden. Right, overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. Let's take a look at those. A relatively quiet session yesterday with semi-public holidays in both Japan and the US. A few major changes. The one thing I have highlighted here is a move by the Brazilian real against the US dollar. We haven't looked at Brazil much over the last quarter, so here's a chart that sort of sums up that country in one go. The Brazilian real in blue against the US dollar here, and the Bovespa, the local stock exchange in Brazil, plotted here in green. You can see that Brazilian equities have enjoyed a good run since mid-July. The currency less so. We did start to see the real rally against the dollar from early September, and it's now approaching a very interesting area of resistance around 320 to the US dollar. One to watch from here, I suspect. Right, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the market today. Well, we started the day with a couple of central bank speeches. Governor Kuroda of the Bank of Japan spoke at 12:30 GMT, and Assistant Governor DeBell of the Reserve Bank of Australia spoke at 3:20 GMT. In terms of data coming out this morning at 6 o'clock GMT, we'll have German trade balance data and a current account data for the month of August. That's followed at 8:30 GMT by some pretty important UK data, manufacturing production and industrial production for the UK over the month of August. Obviously, weak productivity numbers last week sent sterling plunging lower. We'll have a GDP estimate from the UK at high noon, 12 o'clock GMT, and then Canadian housing starts data to follow at 12:15 GMT, and obviously Bank of Canada's interest rate policies are directly affected by what happens in the Canadian housing market. Right, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. First of all, news breaks that North Korea has apparently hacked Allied war plans on the peninsula. That, according to South Korean officials, says the FT. The outgoing governor of the Chinese People's Bank of China has called for urgent financial reforms in the country. These were stalled midway through his plans. Japan's August current account surplus comfortably beat estimates, coming in at 2.38 trillion yen versus forecasts of around 1.97 trillion. And UK retail sales have edged higher for a fourth month in a row. Right, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day today. And we'll look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up by some 650% over the year when expressed in US dollar terms, and yet the ownership of the physical coins remains concentrated among just a few addresses, as we can see here in this chart. 4.11% of addresses own around 96.5% of all Bitcoins outstanding, and this data sourced from howmuch.net. Right, thank you very much for your time today. Please take a moment to look at the risk warning. Trading CFDs and Forex on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative.